bit. As Elena has shared with you already, enough of me, but how I classify myself out there is I'm a speaker, coach, and a radio host. And for me, it was really, how do I get my voice heard? But that's what I thought it was about early on. And then it came to, how do I help other people have a voice? And that's really what my mission is. So my radio show is called Beauty Inside and Out, and I know that most of my world is in beauty, but I never want it to look like that superficial beauty that I think sometimes we get caught up in. Beauty Inside and Out is really more about who we're being in the world and who we're being towards others in the world. And that's what I wanted to always represent. So I'm not a cancer survivor, I'm not a cancer patient. I know that there's, every single one of us in this room probably knows one person that is. And unfortunately, we probably know more than one person that has had cancer or is currently dealing with cancer. What I am is a previous victim of sexual abuse as a child, and my family and I are survivors of suicide with the loss of my brother. So what I do know is that we all have a story, and our story makes up who we are, but it doesn't have to be who we are.
Right.
And that's a big part of what I really try to coach with people, is that we live a life of circumstances and things happen, but it doesn't have to be how we live our lives forever. And part of that process of being able to really engage or get past those things is being able to do the work on ourselves first. Because I'm not a contribution to anybody else unless I'm first a contribution to me.
Yes.
And I know that it's really important for me to continue to keep working on myself. Now, I haven't known Elena for a really long time, even though we both are in beauty. We've only been fast friends for about a year. But how I met Elena was through Facebook. And we hadn't formally met, even though we'd been in the same circle for years. But I was watching her posts come up on Facebook. And like many other people, I would read it and swipe away because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do with her story. I didn't know what to do with her struggle. I didn't know what to do with her circumstance. I didn't know what to do with something that I didn't experience or could relate to personally. And as they kept coming up, I kept being more engaged in this person called Elena White. And I didn't know how to connect with her in a way that could make a difference. But I always remembered, after I read a post of hers, I would always say, I'm thinking of you. And at that time with Facebook, the only thing you could do was like comment or like, and it felt really inappropriate to like somebody that was in struggle. So I was always conscious of, I can't like this post, it's weird. But one day I thought, no, because maybe if I like the post, she knows I'm thinking about her. Like, could that be enough? So I liked it. And then eventually, and this is months now, I want you to think, I commented. And I did the very generic, very classic comment, thinking of you, you're in my prayers. Now, I'm a coach on authenticity and helping people to have breakthroughs in life, and I was not being very authentic. And I knew it, but I didn't know what to do or how to do it. And then a whole year went by where I'm still watching these posts come up from Elena. And I finally sent an email to her, or a Facebook message to her. And I'm like, so we need to meet. And I know she's in the same city as me, like she's right down the street. We need to meet. She replied back immediately. We set up a lunch date. And we met at a gluten-free organic pizza joint. Nice? Yeah, served us both. And we sat there for 4 hours. talking, sharing, connecting, loving, and Elena, what you don't know at this moment is that you gave me more life in that 4 hours than I had felt in a really long time.
Wow. Right. Yep.
And I knew at that moment that this was somebody that I had to always love forever and figure out a way to be way more of a contribution for her and everything that she's doing. And we stayed connected and we did our beauty things. But at this point, then my radio show was starting to launch, and I knew that this could be a voice for her because her story was too powerful to not share. And I knew that she had to share this story, so I gave her those opportunities on the radio show. She came to the program that she'd mentioned, Stages, a public speaking course. And she stood, I'm going to share this, are you okay? Yeah. Okay. She stood in front of everybody in the class, trying to be peaceful. Peaceful. She had a cloak of peacefulness over her. And everybody in the class was like, you got to get naked because you are not a peaceful, loving kind of person. You need to fight. So her brand became, for all of us, this warrior. She's a warrior.
Yes.
And she's a fighter. And that's who she needed to be, and that's who she needs to be right now. And this fight that I know you're going through, I don't want it to last forever because there's peacetime on the other side of it.
Yes.
So I know that you're going to get there, and I want you to get there. And in that moment of thinking, how do you help people that you don't know how to help? You just fight with them.
Yes.
You join in this fight. And right now, we're your army. We are your army. Because you're creating something that is bigger than all of us. And you're creating something that's a contribution to others. And that has life. And that's what I want for you. And I'm sure that's what you all want for her as well. Yeah. So you know that saying, life is a journey, not a destination? Yeah, I really don't like that saying at all. Okay, and here's why. If you don't have a vision and a purpose, then journey can be struggle. And if your journey is a struggle, you have to have a purpose. So get off the journey thing and let's figure out a destination, because let's all choose to take a direction and have a bigger vision for other people that might need the support that we don't know exactly how to give, but in any form of action we can give it. That's what we're going to do with Red Thursday.
Yes.
And that's what we're going to do for Elena.
Yes.
And that's what I commit to do for you.
Yes.
So, vision, purpose, your destination, because we want to get you to be that warrior that's in peacetime.
Yes.
Okay. And thank you. Thank you for your courage and your compassion and your love and your support for all of us, because sometimes I feel like you're supporting us when we should always be supporting you.
Yes.
We love you. I love you. I can't top that. I can't top that. I learned from her.